looking a little sheepish? It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, motivational. This is what we call a show.
Now may I continue on the law on picketing. Apart from the one change to which he referred, which we made, he's quite right in saying that the law on the nature of picketing has not changed for a very long time. And the best exposition which I know on that, and it's not for me to lay down what it is or what it isn't, is an exposition given by the Attorney General during our time, then Peter Rawlinson, now the noble Lord Rawlinson, at a speech in September 1972. He went into it in language which is so simple that one wouldn't have thought a lawyer could have written it. And it really sets out the position, it really does set out the position very well indeed on the nature of picketing, which he points out. The only right is that of peaceful persuasion. There's no right to stop a vehicle. There is no right to threaten loss of a union card. There is no right to intimidate. There is no right to obstruct, and numbers themselves can be intimidating. What he also did in that speech was to point out what few other people have pointed out, that each and every person in this country has a right to go about his daily work or pleasure free from interference by anyone else. That right is not being exerted or exercised at the present moment. He also pointed out, and I quote, "The right to proceed about one's lawful business is not in any way subordinate to the right of peacefully persuading. This has always been the case. So the right of a person to do as he wishes should be upheld by the police and by this government." But now we find that the place is practically being run by strikers' committees, and that they're using language such as they are allowing access to food, they are allowing certain lorries to go through. They have no right to prevent them from going through. They have no right to stop it, and they should look to the government and all the agencies of government. Lorry drivers should look to the government and all the agencies of government to protect their right, first, not to stop if they don't wish it, and secondly, to go through to the docks or anywhere else with their loads. That, in fact, is not happening. And it's most reprehensible that firmer steps are not being taken by the government to protect the right of the ordinary citizen to go about his lawful business. Now, there are some very disturbing reports coming through in parts of the country about what is happening. I am getting a large number. I am pledged not to use any names, and therefore I am only... On this side, we respect confidence. On this side, we respect confidence. Of course, the honourable gentleman would like names, wouldn't he?
Can the Right Honourable Lady perhaps tell us how she can reconcile her support for Fords to settle at any price, and for the government not to have any influence over Fords, with her sudden desire now to halt trade unions from carrying out legitimate strike action? How does she... And if she has information which she says is confidential, what value is it if she's not prepared to name exactly where and when it's taking place?
At no stage, even though frequently invited to do so, did I support the Ford strike. It was a strike in breach of an agreement. We on this side believe that unions should uphold their agreements as a matter of honour. One moment. I am finished with what the honourable gentleman has said. The argument I was developing now is that there is no right to intimidate any citizen in this country. That intimidation is taking place, and I propose to use actual reports from the press in which names are given They are substantiated by many, many telegrams coming in, and I am not prepared to mention names because that's what a number of people would like me to do, and then they would be exposed to intimidation as well.